Christmas is rapidly approaching, which means family gatherings are near, and those can be made harder for people experiencing hearing loss. For some advice on how to navigate these challenges, we welcome in Fischer from Fischer Hearing. Good morning.
Good morning.
I can't imagine how hard this would be to have the hearing loss at the Christmas gatherings with so many people.
Yeah, it's the busiest time and everybody's in a hurry and there's so many people and we're just not used to that. So it can be a very challenging time for those with hearing loss.
And I know a lot of people have already been set up with the hearing aids though, and that's our first tip as we head into the holidays, right?
Yeah, it sure is. If you have hearing aids, make sure you wear them. They really do help to separate a little bit that speech and noise, and every little bit we get that separation, it makes it a lot easier. So if you've got your hearing aids, I know you're wearing them all day, every day.
Something else I want to talk about this morning is the background noise, because at Christmas gatherings, there's always going to be chatter here and Christmas music over there, and there's always going to be the background noise. What can we do to help people that are hard of hearing at our Christmas gatherings?
Yeah, it's an excellent point. We need to eliminate or try and reduce it as much as possible. We all love having the Christmas carols going. They're in the stores, they're in our house. We can't control other environments, but in the house when people are coming, turn them off. Turn the TV off, turn the radio off. Hood fans, we don't think about it, but that is a loud sound source. So anything that you can do to try and minimize that background noise, the better. And even just try and get away from it. If you and I are talking and the kitchen's really busy, if I have a hearing loss, I might try and pull you over to that quiet corner or to the couch where we can have a little bit better chat.
So that's something that hosts can do to help out people with hearing loss this holiday season. Yeah. What about the people who are actually experiencing the hearing loss? What can they tell people? How can they communicate to them that, hey, let's change a few things to make this a little easier on you?
Yeah, and the first thing I think is, we've discussed this before, how hearing loss is the invisible handicap. So you really do need to let people know. They don't know this. So when I say to you, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble, I've got a bit of a hearing loss, could you repeat that? Or do you mind saying that again? It's easier in our family somehow, but at the grocery store, think of how busy the stores are. You know, you go anywhere now, it is packed. It is a lot harder to hear. There is absolutely no problem with asking for repetition. Just let people know, make them aware.
Absolutely. All right, we're talking about not just hearing when it comes to our senses. We're also talking about our eyes, because we want to make sure that the rooms are well lit. Why is that? You
know, a room like this, people will always say, oh, I hear the news really well, I don't hear blah, blah, blah on TV. Part of the reason is you're so well lit, you're always looking directly at the camera. So we want to do the same thing at home. We want to make sure we're positioning ourselves in a way that we can see as many faces as possible. People with hearing loss, especially when it gets a bit more challenging, they rely very heavily on those facial cues, on the lips. I don't always see or hear everything. Did they say Daryl or Carol? So I need to try and get as much information as I can to try and make sure I'm understanding what it is they're saying.
Thank you so much for your time this morning. Once again, that was Fischer from Fischer Hearing, helping you hear for the holidays.